Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. Man, what an evening. What an evening this has been, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. And for multiple reasons. Three things happened today. Three things. One of them were Chelsea won in compelling fashion. But we did concede 2. But we did score 4 and it could have been more. And I almost got my prediction right. Almost. So that was one. 2, Manchester United. I'm like that Ghanaian comedian presenter guy. The one that used to say, Manchester United. He just goes into laughing for 10 minutes. Man United. We'll mention that at some point towards the end. And the third thing, Duran or Marodion. A video will come tomorrow. Yeah, so make sure you're here. Because Jose says I prefer not to speak. I prefer to speak. On this, I prefer to speak. So tomorrow, video will be out on Duran and Omarodion and that whole saga because some things need to be said. So make sure you're here. But let's get cracking into this joyous Thursday evening where we are competing in Europe's prime competition, which is thy Conference League. You know, the best competition in the world, as Jeremy Clarkson would say. I wish. Very straightforward evening, if we're going to call it for what it is. Yeah, very straightforward evening. Didn't feel like we really came out of second gear. But we got the job done. And we got it done efficiently. And we got it done well. I want to say this off the bat because it's like I said in the preview yesterday. I don't want it to come across like I'm disrespecting the competition or the opposition. Or you get the gist. However, man, look, we've got to be real. We don't belong here. But I stick to that. And I understand that it's because of that there's no excuses. That was the reason why I said what I said yesterday. There's no excuse. We have to win this competition. Like I said, if we get to the final and lose it, it's a disgrace. This is a must. This should be a routine, straightforward win for a trophy at the end of the season. Conference League should be a wrap because we are clearly levels above the competition here. Now, we might get to the latter stages and it might get a bit more difficult, right? You start playing against teams that are Europa League teams, that are, maybe they're in a similar position to us where they shouldn't really be there either. But, at the end of the day, this Chelsea squad and what we have and the way that we're playing, we really shouldn't be a match for anybody in this competition. And today proved why. I were a couple of lapses in concentration at the back, which cost us in terms of those 2 goals that we have conceded. However, overall, straightforward evening. Very happy in terms of the scorers, right? So the guys that all got a goal today, I'm very happy that it's them 4. Because for their own reasons, they all needed a goal. Renato Vega gets his goal for, is it his first Chelsea goal as well? I don't remember Vega scoring before. I think he did score one, it was offside or something. Similarly with Neto, right? But we got Neto scoring his Chelsea goal today as well. We got Nkunku on the score sheet as the main guy up top. Getting on the score sheet is important, and he scored a goal. And we also got our very own KDB. Oh, no, sorry. No, KDH. Dad joke. Dewsbury Hall getting on the score sheet. And he had a bit of a frustrating first half. But he managed to get his goal in the end, and a good one at that too. So overall, I'm very happy with the sequence of events and the way that it's all gone down. And there were a couple of things, a couple of pointers that we could take from tonight's game that I feel like are important pointers to make. The rotation in this team has worked flawlessly. Yeah, flawlessly. In terms of the Premier League and the big competitions, and then you have the cup team, and there's rotation, and there's a big bunch of players that are rested and a big bunch that come into play, and they're all happy to play and they're all willing to play and they're not stroppy, they're not peed off, they're not, just like, oh, why am I in the cup team? They're all getting on with it, they've all got their heads down, and this is where I want to praise, again, for two things, Maresca. Listen, I'm starting to get very good feelings about this guy. Now, I have to speak honest. And this is why I'm doing the video tomorrow as well, because things have to be said. It's only right. I have always stuck true to this one point on this channel, no matter if I'm right or I'm wrong. I will tell you how I feel. I will tell you what I feel is true. I will tell you the way that I see it and the way that it is, whether people like it or not. For good or for bad. That's been my motto on this channel since I started. And I'm not steering away. I'm not someone to just go on for an agenda or whatnot. I'll just call it as I see it. Right? So when things are not going good and I can see this is not good enough, I'll call it. When I start seeing things that are good, I'ma say it. Maresca is not putting a foot wrong right now, lads. He's just not. He's not. And for the way that he's rotated the team and for the way that he is starting to really get out his starting 11 in terms of the Premier League games, it's very straightforward now for us to be able to tell you what the starting 11 is. Right? Very easy. When you think about it, Sanchez, Cucurella left back, one right back, Reece James, Augusto, whoever's available, right? Colwill, Fofana. Straightforward. There's a debate as to who could come in for maybe Fofana. Should Tosin be there? Should he not? Tonight gave us a little bit of an indicator that, no, you know what, maybe not. We saw what Tosin was responsible for in terms of the first goal, as with the whole defence, to be honest. But Colwill, Fofana, Enzo, Caicedo, Cole Palmer, Sancho, Madueke on the right, Jackson up top. It's straightforward to say what the starting 11 is. And Maresca has found that. And it's working, as well as all the other players that are coming in and playing the cup games. It's working. And a lot of these players as well, like Nkunku, can come into the first team. Neto can come into the first team. Vega can come into the first team. If we look at some of the other lads, Tosin, I said there's an argument for. Everyone, João Felix, we know he's rotating with Palmer. Him and Palmer are just going to keep rotating. There's just no other means about it. Anyone else, really, they're not coming into the first team, let's be honest. Disasi's not, Badiashile's not, Dewsbury Hall's not, Casaday's not, Mudrik's not. Jorgensen maybe. If Sanchez doesn't get his act together, Jorgensen, mate, you might be in. So this is a perfect dynamic that Maresca has created, and I want to praise him for that. Second thing I want to praise him for, it happened again. It happened again. What happened again? We come out for the second half, goal. Maresca has got this team, no matter who the starting 11 is, but has got this team coming out with so much urgency when they come out for a second half, which is the complete 180 of what we were seeing last season. You remember, it was only towards the latter stage of last season that we actually did see us start coming out second halves properly and actually play very well in the second half, unlike the capitulations beforehand, which then led to the whole thing of should Poch actually stay because maybe he's figured this out. But you remember that period. Before that, we were all here. Second halves, we come out, disaster. We're asleep. We haven't even left the dressing room. It's happened, I think it's happened about 4 or 5 times now. We've come out for a second half, boom, we're scoring. That's Maresca. That's Maresca. Without a doubt, that's Maresca. For why we criticised and we said that it was Poch when it wasn't, right? We were coming out asleep. What is Poch telling the players at half-time is the same way that it's only right to say it's Maresca as to why the players are coming out with so much urgency in every second half that we play. And more times than not, we actually score in the first couple of minutes of when we come out in the second half. It's great to see. It's really, really, really great to see. And overall, I'm really happy with that. Like I mentioned, there are some good performances overall. I thought Vega, really, really good and very good going forward. The defence, apart from the first goal, and maybe both goals we conceded, but the first goal especially, the first goal we were asleep. The first goal was just... No one picked anyone up. It's like everyone was just doing nothing. Everyone was looking into the stands or something. I don't know. But apart from that, yeah, Vega, good game overall. The midfield felt fairly stable for all of them. Cassidy had a couple of moments. Dewsbury Hall grew into the game. Fair play to him, and he got the goal, so I'm very, very happy for him there. Felix was just absolutely class. It's Felix, isn't it? Technically, the link-ups, him and Nkunku. There's something there, man. There's something there. They've done it numerous times now. They've got a very good link-up. So that's that. Pedro Neto, I mean, listen, he's got that right-hand side locked down. Madueke, you're in trouble, mate. You're going to have to, like I've mentioned before, you're going to have to stop being selfish immediately if you want to keep your place, because Pedro Neto is starting to shine. And that's that. I can't say the same for Mudryk. Now, I want to say something on Mudryk, yeah, because I feel like it's important. Don't get me wrong. I don't want this to be like, oh, he's a horrible human being. I've said this before. He's a nice guy. He tries. You can see he's put in the effort, right? It's just not working. Someone can try so hard, but maybe you're just not good enough. Do you know what I mean? I don't want it to come across that harsh, because I think Mudryk, he possesses the style like he's got a raw talent, but it just doesn't want to unlock. It just doesn't, for whatever reason. When I look at Mudryk, I feel like he's hesitant. I feel like he's completely unsure in himself. I feel like he takes way too long to make a decision. Those three things let him down. That is it. It lets him down. If he played with a freedom maybe in his head, yeah, mate, and I think he needs to develop an attitude of, I don't give a, the rest. He needs to do that. Because I know he's got all the tattoos and he's got the mindset and he's got all this, but you've got there's one thing having the mindset when you read it from a book. It's another thing actually applying the mindset. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't apply it within action. When the mindset does need to come through and he needs to be a bit of a killer, like, nah, screw it. Like, I'm going to just go for it, take the risk, do it. He hesitates. Hey, that mindset that you've got, that is meant to be good for you, which is a good thing, yeah, you got to apply it in that very moment. That's where it means the most. Because if you're not, it's all a waste of time. And that's the vibe I get with Mudryk. It's such a weird one. It wasn't a bad game, don't get me wrong, but I got to say, compared to everyone else. And this was Gent. It's just end product, this isn't there. So that's that. Nkunku, comfortable, very comfortable. Got the goal in the end as well. As I said, him and Felix with that beautiful link up. So overall, very, very happy. Gent, I do want to say, big up Gudjonsson's son, right? Andrew Gudjonsson, and Gudjonsson was in the stand today. Good to see him. But it's mad. Gudjonsson's boy played at the Bridge today against Chelsea. It's nuts. And he actually played well. He actually played all right. Got a couple of really good shots off, just like his dad would have, to be honest. Like, he has got... it seems like he has an ability to turn nothing into something, which is what Gudjonsson actually was good at. You give him the ball and in some moments it's like, hang on, how's he pulled that off? Gudjonsson was one of those guys, and it looks like his boy has actually got that in his DNA too. So look, I wish him the best. And a lot of these Gent lot, I think they gave it a good game. They scored 2 goals, 2 very good goals. Let's be honest, very good goals. Great finishes, especially the header into the far corner. Beautiful. But I do want to say, their fans, different story. Because I was being updated, and big up DJ Fantasy, yeah? Big up DJ Fantasy, who was at the game today. If you know DJ Fantasy, yeah? If you're an old school... If you're listening to music, late 90s, early 2000s, throughout the 2000s, you'll know who DJ Fantasy is. But he was sending me messages. I was at the Bridge and he was watching the game there, and he was telling me and showing me what the Gent fans were up to and what was going on. Mate, the Gent fans started ripping out chairs and throwing it at the Chelsea fans. What are you lot doing? Like, come on, man. They tried to give it large as well when they scored. They started lighting up their phones and whatnot. 5-10 minutes later, Chelsea scored. The entire Bridge started putting their phones out. Like, that's great. That's good banter. I don't mind that. But ripping the fans, ripping the seats, and security were getting their faces. Police had to come and sort it out. Apparently they ripped the banner off the shed end. Like, what are you lot doing? For what? For what reason? What did you accomplish? Absolutely nothing. You got spanked 4-2 by. And there's no disrespect to their team, because their team was class. And I think their coach, their players, very happy. Yeah, they're really, really overall great impression from their side. But their fans let them down today, man. Big time. So absolute weird scenes. But look, we got the win. Good win at that. And it's 3 out of 3 at the Bridge now. This is a really good run of form now, people. And we can cement it against Nottingham Forest. So, preview for that will be coming on Saturday. But tomorrow, it's like I told you guys, make sure you guys are here. And you want to hit that subscribe button. And you want to have that bell on. Because once that bell is on and it tells you when I've uploaded tomorrow, you're not going to want to miss what's coming. Yeah. Tomorrow, things come out the bag. And we have to talk about some players that we were linked with that are doing their jobs right now. We'll get into all of it tomorrow. So make sure you guys are here. And as I've said, I prefer to speak. So I will speak and I will see all of you then. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, notification bell on. Let me know your comments in the comment section below on everything that you saw tonight and everything that I've mentioned. And I'll see all of you tomorrow. Have a good one. Look after yourselves. See you then. Take care and peace.